Hello, you sexy bastards. This is a video I wasn't expecting to make so soon. I wanted to make this video during the 1-month hiatus that was announced not that long ago, but chapter 1052 pretty much confirmed we're getting bounty reveals next chapter. I did not expect to get bounties this soon because I did not expect Wano to end this soon. Some people were saying the ending was rushed, but I'm coping so hard right now, so I'm just going to say the ending was fast-paced. I'm going into this with the expectation that this may be the final bounties we get of the series. I imagine the world government won't have much time to create new bounties once the One Piece is found because the final war would most likely take place soon after. And I didn't want to cover the Strawhats in the boring Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, etc. order, so I assigned a number to each Straw Hat and randomized the order of them. So first up in line we had the MILF herself, Nico Robin. Robin is a unique case when it comes to bounties because she may not be the strongest, but she is a huge threat to the world government, and that's why I love bounties as a power scaling system so much. Because it's a lot more than just strength that goes into a bounty. And to the perspective of the world government, Robin is arguably the most dangerous person alive to them right now. Robin will be the direct cause of Luffy finding the One Piece, and she's the only person alive that can read poneglyphs. And you need to read all 4 road poneglyphs before you can even find the One Piece. And the Straw Hats have 3 out of the 4 road poneglyphs so far, so I'm expecting a huge increase in her bounty. So I'm going to keep it pretty simple and just add 1 billion to her current bounty, making her bounty 1,130,000,000 berries. Next up is Robin's simp, other than myself, Sanji. I'm expecting Sanji to have an over 1 billion berry bounty since he defeated Queen. And I think it's a fair assumption that Sanji would get Queen's bounty, but since he's a Vinsmoke, he's going to get that Vinsmoke tax added to his bounty. So my prediction for Sanji's bounty would be 1.4 billion berries. Next up is Chopper. And I'm going to go out on a whim and say Chopper will get 2 separate bounties. One for his normal form and one for his monster point form. The joke with Chopper's bounty is that it's super low, so I don't know, just give him like 500 berries. But for his monster point form, I expect the exact opposite of the joke. So for monster point Chopper, I predict he will have a bounty of 500 million berries. Next up is the newest Straw Hat, Yamato. Yamato is different from all the other members because he doesn't currently have a bounty, so this will be his first bounty. And I had a pretty tricky time coming up with a bounty with Yamato, and we don't even know if the world government is aware he joined the crew, so he might not even get a bounty. But for some reason, I really like the idea of Yamato getting an 800 million berry bounty. He's Kaido's son, so it's only natural to assume he'll have a high bounty, so that's my final prediction. Yamato will have an 800 million berry bounty. Next up is a better musician than Kanye West's Soul King Brook. Now, Brook didn't really do a whole lot this arc, even though he had a perfect opportunity to fight a CP0 member, which I am definitely not salty about. So I don't really see any major increases in his bounty, so I'm going to predict Brook's bounty will be 183 million berries. Next we have Jinbei. And I honestly don't really see Jinbei's bounty increasing all that much, and again, he didn't really do all that much in Wano. He didn't really have any significant moments, but he did defeat Who's Who. And I'm going to straight up steal this idea from Grand Line Review's 2019 bounty prediction video and give Jinbei Ace's bounty. It'll be a nice callback to Ace, and it's just barely higher than Who's Who's bounty. So my prediction for Jinbei's bounty will be 550 million berries. Now we got Nami. Excluding Chopper, Nami has always had the lowest bounty in the crew. And I'm going to go out on a whim and say Nami will get a major bounty increase. She defeated Oti, who has a bounty of 400 million berries, and she now has full control of Zeus. Physically, Nami is super weak, but she wields one of the strongest weapons in the entire series. She's also really greedy, so her being worth a lot of money would fit pretty well. So I predict her bounty will be 466 million berries. Now, if anyone deserves an over 1 billion berry bounty, it's Zoro. He fought against Kaido and Big Mom, even though it nearly killed him. He defeated King and he obtained Enma, so his current bounty of 320 million seems like an insult now. Zoro has a habit of having 20 million more berries than Luffy's previous bounty, other than his first bounty which was 30 million. So my prediction for Zoro's bounty will be 1,520,000,000 berries. Next we have my favorite non-Luffy Straw Hat, Frankie. As much as I would love to give Frankie a 1 billion berry bounty, I just can't find any good reason behind such a huge increase like I could with someone like Nami. Unless the world government finds out Frankie knows a lot about Vegapunk's research, then I can't really see anything too major happening. But he did defeat Sasaki, so that's something. I wanted to try and make the bounty have some meaning to it, like have it be based off one of the Battle Frankie numbers, but I couldn't really come up with anything there either. So I just decided to keep it simple and add 100 million to his current bounty. So my prediction for Frankie's bounty will be 194 million berries. Moving on to my second favorite non-Luffy Straw Hat, we have the Lord and Savior himself, God Usopp. I fully expect the joke of Usopp getting ridiculously high bounty increases despite him being the weakest to keep going because of one specific incident. And the incident I'm talking about is when the Beast Pirates mistook Big Mom's Conqueror's Haki for Usopp's Conqueror's Haki. Even though Usopp doesn't have Conqueror's Haki. Yet. I believe this little misunderstanding was spread rapidly among the Beast Pirates. So much so that the CP0 would have heard about it and reported it to the world government. And anyone with Conqueror's Haki is a big deal, so I think tripling Usopp's current bounty is pretty reasonable. So my prediction for Usopp's bounty is 600 million berries. Now we got the joyous boy himself, Luffy. While I was reading Acts 1 and 2 of Wano, I thought a 3.5 billion berry bounty was pretty reasonable. But after everything has happened, 3.5 billion berries seems way too low. And the main reason why I think 3.5 billion berries is too low is the fact that Luffy awakened Gear 5th. Luffy awakening his Devil Fruit is the one thing the world government did not want to happen. And his awakening is probably the one thing that can defeat the world government. Some people may think it's too soon for Luffy to get a bounty this high, but I disagree. My prediction for Luffy's bounty will be 5.6 billion berries. So there we have it. Those are my horrible predictions for the Straw Hat Wano bounties. I can't wait to see how wrong I am in like half a week or so whenever the next chapter comes out. I appreciate you for watching, and you should leave a comment with how wrong and stupid I am. And maybe subscribe while you're at it, so you can keep making fun of me in the future. And I'll see you in the next video. Radical!